Lobster tails lose rhythm. Lethargic lobster tails. Daniel died of natural causes. Daniel doesn't deal with degenerates. Daniel goes dancing with Dr. Duberstein. Dr. Duberstein. Baseball is better with Tom Bergeron. Bergeron. Catamarans and cabbage. Catamarans and cabbage. Hello, good evening, and welcome. My name is Steven Celi. I'm your host, and this is Nonsense News. Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning into Nonsense News. Will this show have the same title next week? Probably not. In this show, we like to talk about nonsense. We like to talk about everything happening now, what's going on now, different segments. We break to the news, the weather, the traffic. Talk about the hot topics. We talk about it. What's in the now? What's going on out there in space and downstairs, outside, the weather, the traffic, me, you, me. New developments, new research, new studies. Epidemiology. What's the deal? Learning. Stuff you should know. Things you should know. Shit you should know. Will these segments be consistent? Doubt it. Will that hurt my viewership? Yes. Does this suit jacket go with this shirt? No. Is this jacket mine? No. Did I borrow it? Yes. What should we talk about? Vitamins, supplements, flu shots, vaccines. Voting, registration, insurance, what to give your pets, what not to give your pets. Why do we have pets? Who am I? What are we doing? Why don't we think about that more? Should we look inwards more? Should we try to be better people? Are people dumb? Do people think? What are people? If you're looking for dunking, this is not going to be it. That's kind of why I'm doing this, because I hurt my knee. So that's the first topic of the night. Let's get to it. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, or whatever hell it was, So about a month ago, I finished a strength phase with my knee hurting. I thought I could jump through with the pain, made it worse, so now I'm just rehabbing my knee. I've never taken a break in my life, so I'm gonna take at least a 2-week break, maybe a 2-month break. Anyway, the plan is get my knee back to normal. I just kind of overloaded it with too much lifting, too much jumping, and too much weight on my body as my skin mass. Plan is to do a lot of isometrics, ice my knee, do some Epsom salt baths, all the usual, and in a couple weeks, jump with full strength and start strengthening it up so I don't have knee problems anymore in the future, and really progressive load it. The tendons take more time to recover than muscles, so you gotta take that into account. But more on my knee. I've already started the rehab process. Let's cut to my correspondent Steve, who's rehabbing that knee. Just fucking rehabbing it. Moving on, the weather in Florida's been abnormal. It's been fucking cold. Let's go to my correspondent Steve in the streets. Steve? Yeah, it's just too fucking cold. That's right, Steve. Stay warm. It's only 58 degrees. More in Orlando news. There's been construction happening on I-4. What else is new? Let's go down to my correspondent, Steve, once again in the streets. Steve? Yeah, behind me you got the Mantis, the Tadano Mantis. And you get a partially built highway that looks perfect to drive your car off of a GTA. That's a good-looking Mantis. That sure is a beautiful Mantis. Now, Steve, is there anything you could tell us about what they're building behind you there? A new bridge? No, a new highway. A new highway next to an old highway. I don't know, it's fucking cold. Yep, it is too fucking cold. As you know, I'm a YouTuber, and I happen to be on YouTube more than Netflix these days, and I'd like to point out just a few YouTubers that stood out to me recently that I've just been very inspired by and I love to watch more, and I gotta give him some credit, and who the fuck knows what else is coming next. One of those happens to be Evan Ramps. He's a photographer. He shows how he takes his photos. It's pretty freaking cool. Got me to take this photo tonight. Inspired me to get out and shoot, and it's really fun to watch, and he's a dope artist. Another one is Matt Diavella, who knows, but his videos are awesome. Yes, he says his own name, but I can't still pronounce it. His videos are high quality, he's professional. It's super sick to see the quality that goes in his videos. Me, myself, am I in my studio or am I in my studio apartment? Are they the same thing? Yes. He makes me want to produce really high quality videos. Shout out to Matt, he makes great high quality videos with great messages as well. Thanks, Matt. Moving on to the unusual. This video right here features an iguana. Found this one on Twitter thanks to my boy Vincent. By the way, it's Vincent's birthday today. Happy 26th, my good man. Now, in this video here, the iguana is sitting down to a nice dinner with his companion and has a mishap and falls. off the table. Now to me, he looks more frustrated that he ruined dinner than he did fall off the table. He looked like he had a fine fall. Now my question is, do they sit down for dinner like this every night, or is this a special occasion? If it's a special occasion, can you make this happen more often? I need to see more of this iguana eating dinner. Did he sit him on the chair, or did he climb up onto the chair himself by baiting him with the lettuce? Is all he eats is lettuce? Will he eat anything else? Have you ever taken the iguana to a fine dining restaurant? Who? Restaurant. Is this his first dinner on a human table? Will he have more dinners at the table? Can you please feed him dinner at the table every night? I need to see more of this iguana's life. Shout out to Vlog Life. Make him a channel. I haven't been that amused by a video in a long time. I looped that about 14,000 times and I'm still going. Please send me more content like that. Alright, next up we have a Swiss mishap. This guy was on a hang glider in the Swiss Alps his first day in Switzerland, and his pilot forgot to hook him in. So next thing you know, he's hanging on for dear life, rips his bicep tendon and breaks his wrist on impact. Surprised he didn't die, and he had a sense of humor making his video. He said he'd do it again, because he didn't enjoy his first flight. Gotta love that. In other news, the Still Spinning podcast hosted by Steven Celi. Still Spinning podcast is the top up-and-coming podcast of 2018, looking to make a surge in 2019 as best podcast of all time. Talking about everything under the sun and beyond, but mostly dunking. Sounds like a very broad and niche podcast all in one. I don't know what's going on there, but I look forward to checking it out. Oh, what is that my finger says? We have a breaking development in the Still Spinning podcast news. TFB Chuck the Boss tweeted, "I should be on every NBA podcast that discusses dunk contests, just keeping it 100. Breaking news, I read, dunk contest podcast, I'm not in the NBA, but the Still Spinning podcast would still love to have you on. Last but not least, next week is the first day of Hanukkah and I'm fucking Jewish. Holidays are right around the corner. Get your loved one a Dunk Life shirt. Or, if you can't afford it, get him a free subscription to this YouTube channel. Oh, and I can't believe I almost forgot next week is my 26th birthday as well. So happy early birthday to me. In other space-related news, it seems we were the first humans to see a fucking sunrise on Mars. Sunrise? Sunset? Sunlight on Mars. I don't know what that means, but I hope there's more of it. This concludes tonight's episode. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I want to thank you for next week hopefully being a similar episode. If it's not, I'm apologize, but at the same time, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Will I have totally different segments? Most likely. Is the inconsistency bad for my YouTube algorithm? Definitely. Am I gonna change it? I can't. Will subscribing help you not miss an episode? Definitely. Will this be the one and only episode? I hope not. Are algorithms even real? Is there more to learn? Is there more to know? Is there more news to be told? Do we need to know what's in the news? Should we know about the news? Should we know about most things? What should we know? What shouldn't we know? Should we know more? Should we know more? The time is now. What time is it? Thank you. Last but not least, happy Hanukkah, happy celebrations. I hope to get a lot of new things for my gear. Alright, a Tadano Mantis. Wow. Moving on, it's been space-related news. Supposedly, we are the few...